there, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Welcome to this Movies Merica spoiler warning episode going over the John Krasinski movie, If. Yes, it's John Krasinski's attempt to be Steven Spielberg. And does he succeed or not? Well, we'll get more into that here in this episode of Movies Merica spoiler warning. But first of all, this.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right. Yeah, I am pumped up there. That intro always gets my juices flowing. And we're going to get into If here, John Krasinski's If. And real quick here, just let me remind you that if you want to not just listen to me or just watch me talk about If, you can actually talk If with me through the live chat, okay? So you can do live chat through Rumble and Pilled and YouTube, okay? So just to let you know, this episode is probably going to be running quite a bit shorter than normal. I'm a little under the weather here today. I'm trying to make it sound like I'm not, but I needed to do the show here because, I mean, yeah, for this job, I don't exactly put on an exterminator suit and crawl under houses and all that stuff. This job entails me sitting on my butt talking about movies. Okay, so I think I can push through. But I'm probably not going to be pushing through for like 2.5 hours or anything like that. Okay, so just to give you a heads up on that, and then also, hey, if you know of anybody, if anybody comes to mind that you even remotely suspect would want to check out this show and particularly check it out live, so they could live chat with me all about If, hey, send the link to them, okay? Text it to them, email it to them, send it to them via carrier pigeon, whatever you got to do, okay? So, all right, so let's get into some If, why don't we, right? And we're going to get spoilery about this, okay? Just, reiterate that. So the show has the words spoiler warning in the title. So I'm going to get very spoilery in this, potentially, I should say so. But yeah, maybe I'm just a cold-hearted bastard. But I thought the montage at the beginning of If, showing B as a younger child, and then, with her mom and dad, her dad played by John Krasinski, showing B as a younger child and her mom and dad just kind of going through their, hey, we're raising our kid and all that stuff. I just thought that whole montage was kind of corny and schmaltzy the way that they filmed it. And it was just, to me, it was like a subpar attempt at trying to drum up the same emotions from the opening of the Pixar movie Up. Remember the Pixar movie Up with Carl and Ellie? And, the very beginning of that movie, they show, Carl and Ellie, where they're growing up together as kids, and then they fall in love and get married, and they have dreams of going on adventures, and then eventually Ellie dies. This is a very, very to be perfectly honest, a very depressing opening to a cartoon movie, to a Pixar movie, but it always gets everyone's waterworks going. And so this opening montage in If just kind of seemed like like a half-assed attempt to kind of drum up those same emotions, and didn't even come close to accomplishing that mission. It just felt like, really, what it felt like? It just felt like some by-the-numbers, generic sample family video you'd see in a commercial for a new iPhone camera, to get you to camp out in front of an Apple store for 7 months to get the new iPhone. So, yeah, it just didn't come off that great in there. And I don't know, maybe some people fell for it. I mean, when I was in the theater, I always kind of listened for this. I didn't hear anybody like sniffling so sad, so emotional. I didn't hear anybody doing that or anything like that. So, I mean, I've been in movies before like that where you hear people crying. One of the ones that comes to mind here the quickest is Saving Private Ryan. Okay, I remember back in 1998 when that came out in theaters, and yes, I am old enough to have seen Saving Private Ryan in theaters. Wasn't that long ago, yes, but yeah, I remember I was sitting next to what looked like, I mean, this gentleman was old enough to where he looked like he could have been a World War II veteran, and he was tearing up, man. I could hear him sniffling, right next to me, and then I heard other people sniffling during Saving Private Ryan, and yeah, but none of that here with If whatsoever. Even though that's clear what John Krasinski was going for with that opening montage. It's just supposed to kind of suck you in and get you feeling the feels and all that stuff. So, and I'm just getting so choked up. I got to take a drink of my brew right here. So bear with me here. Oh yeah. Okay. So that was just my lame excuse to give me a chance to drink some beer that kind of like wet my whistle over here. So my throat is getting a little sore and all that. So I don't want the show to
crash and burn, huh, Mav?
So let's avoid that whatsoever. Okay, so real quick here, while it's coming to mind here, let me remind you that I should definitely tell you to go to our tdpn.locals.com website that you see up there. So that again, it's tdpn.locals.com, and TDPN stands for Till Death Podcast Network. And you may be asking yourself, Van, what is at this website that you are trying to coax us into going there for? Well, that's our website here for the Till Death Podcast Network, the network that Movies Merica is part of, where we have all our great content like videos and blogs and articles all about movies and entertainment and cocktails, like booze. We have cocktail recipes in there. I got music. We got content about politics and hot button sizzling topics of the day. You name it, it's there. And it's there in a format that you are not going to find anywhere else. Definitely one of a kind, very unique, not ubiquitous at all. I got that word in for today. I was trying to make sure I use the word ubiquitous in one instance today, and I officially got that in. So, yeah, so congrats to me. Major props to myself. But yeah, go to tdpn.locals.com. You can also, there's an easy way. You just click on the tdpn.locals.com link down in the description as well. And then as you see down below, if you put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 month free membership. That means you get VIP access to everything, okay, on the website. Okay, you got carte blanche, you got free reign, all right? So, and then after that, it's just a measly minimum of $3 a month, okay? It's nothing. $3, nothing. Trace Dineros, or is that Trace Dolares? There we go. For all my Belgian friends. Yeah. So, but yeah, $3 is nothing. And then for a minimum of $3, yeah, again, you get free reign, you get VIP access to everything there. And now, if you want to donate more than $3 a month to help us out, hey, by all means, go for it. Go for broke, you bet. So, but yeah, tdpn.locals.com. Check it out, everybody. Okay. And then also, real quick here, while I'm thinking about it, go ahead and smash that like button down there. All right. So just drop kick that like button. And then also get down there and just pummel that follow or subscribe button down there. That's all. Got a whole bunch of buttons down there, right there. Just look down there. You're going to see a whole bunch of buttons. And yeah, the buttons to hit are the like button and the follow or subscribe button, okay? And then there's the notification bell down there as well. And you want to click on that so you get notified of brand new piping hot, sizzling episodes like a fresh pizza coming out of the oven. You want to get notified of that fresh Movies Merica pizza coming out of the oven just for you, okay? Tasty, man. I'm getting hungry now. So, and then also, if you're not watching live, so you can't live chat with me, if you're watching this later on, like the recording of it, then hey, get in the comments. Comments are down below as well. Get in the comments and yeah, let me know. Hey, what do you think I'm doing right? If anything, maybe you just want to let me know what you think I'm doing wrong. Okay. Constructive criticism is definitely welcomed here because I can't get better at this unless I get some good constructive criticism because I want this show to be excellent for you. Okay. I don't want it to suck. Okay. So, yeah, your constructive criticism is the number one way to improve. That's for sure. Or if you want to let me know of a movie you want me to review, my only ask for that is make sure it's a movie that you know that many people are going to want to see a review for. Okay. So, yeah, don't ask that I review Toe Jam, the motion picture. Okay. A movie that that you and maybe 3 other people are actually going to give a shit about getting a review for. So, but that's the only thing to keep in mind with that. And then when I have a slow week, when it's a slow week at the box office, I definitely try to fit those requests in. All right. So, okay, enough about that. Let's get back to If right there because that's what you're here for, right? And now also one thing that I noticed about this movie is the way that John Krasinski, so Jim Halpert from The Office, okay, he directed this movie, and of course, John Krasinski also directed the first 2 Quiet Place movies, okay, with his real life wife Emily Blunt starring with him in those. And the way John Krasinski uses his character of the dad in this was a little odd. I just thought the sequencing and the style of the scenes with him had me thinking that old Krasinski was pulling a fast one on the audience, and maybe the dad was already dead in this movie, okay, because this movie portrays him like, oh, he's alive, like B's mother died of cancer, it looks like, and then obviously leaving her with her dad, and now it looks like her dad he's got a serious heart issue that requires heart surgery. But the way that they film it and the way that they place the scenes with the dad in this, where the dad is barely in this, okay, I mean it's more like Ryan Reynolds' character as her dad as opposed to her actual dad, okay. And to me it almost looked like they're setting us up, making us trying to make us think that, oh, he's alive, her dad's alive, but at the end we'd find out her dad was already, get this, he was already dead, kind of pulling a Bruce Willis The Sixth Sense kind of thing right there. Maybe B was just imagining him, out of her grief or something like that. But in the end, that did not turn out to be the case. But it was just another odd, off-putting thing about If, to be perfectly honest, right there. So, but I just thought that they were trying to be slick with this, because that's just another thing about this movie is it tries to be all these multiple things, but doesn't really pull them together very well. This movie it seems very clumsy as far as how the scenes tie together. The pacing is all off. The editing is all off. They jump up abruptly from one scene to the other. So it's just kind of if someone was like, well, okay, I was about to say, it's almost like someone was filming this movie for the very first time on their iPhone, or it's just some amateur filmmaker, but it's not that bad. John Krasinski is a seasoned professional when it comes to being a film director, so I'm not gonna do him like that. Okay, but yeah, this movie could have used some polish with it, and so I don't know. John Krasinski, to me, it seems to me like he was trying to make this movie for his kids, because I'm pretty sure him and Emily Blunt have kids, and so I think he just wanted to make this for them. So he's probably not going to show his kids his Quiet Place movies. Depending on how old they are, I'm assuming his kids are maybe too young to watch his Quiet Place movies, and they're probably still at that age where he'd have to spend millions of dollars on child psychiatry to help them recover from watching A Quiet Place, because those movies are PG-13, but they still got some good, scares in them, especially if you're a 7-year-old. Okay. Yeah, so John Krasinski, all that to say is, he's a good film director. I just think he slipped on a banana peel in If, and it's just not that good there. Okay. So, all right. Well, so my throat is getting extra scratchy here. So, and I am getting kind of thirsty. So again, that's another reminder that I need to. Okay, as I accidentally hit my iMac and the camera starts getting all shaky. So then now there's no Texas earthquakes going on. That's just me hitting my iMac right there. But all right, so the brew for tonight is a little Le Chouf. Okay, no, not Le Chiffre, not the villain from Casino Royale. This is Le Chouf. Okay, and Le Chouf comes to us from Belgium. Okay, so specifically a Chouf, Belgium. Okay, and the brewery was created back like the early 80s. Okay, so it's been around for a while. And this is their Belgian blonde brew. And this is their very first brew that they made, over 40 years ago. And I got to say, it's pretty good. Okay, I'm not getting any money from a Chouf brewery in Belgium whatsoever. So this is a totally objective, impartial review. I'm definitely digging it. And like Nathan Lane, it's pleasantly fruity, okay, and it's got a lot of it's got coriander in it, but because of that it makes it what I would consider a pretty good Christmas beer. Okay, now when I'm taping this, it's May, okay, so it's like Christmas in May, but it's pretty good. Okay, so I could see people getting together for the old Christmas party. If you're getting sick of chugging down eggnog and you want something a little different, and you'll grab yourself some Le Chouf brew, at the old Christmas party, here coming up here, Christmas 2024. Okay, and it's probably not the easiest beer to get. Okay, this is relatively obscure stuff. Okay, you're not gonna be able to find this everywhere. Like the tranny fluid known as Bud Light, or Dos Equis or Coors Light or something like that. Okay, you're probably gonna have to go somewhere like drizzly.com. That's spelled DRIZLY, drizzly.com, or gopuff.com. That's spelled GOPUFF, gopuff.com. Or there's an app called Open Bar, and I'm not getting any money from those outlets either. Okay, so I just want to help you have an easier time getting your hands on some Le Chouf, because this is pretty good. This is pretty damn good here, and it's got this golden yellow color to it. Not that you could tell from this bottle here. So you just got to take my word for it. Okay, I really should be like drinking this out of a tulip glass or something like that, but I wanted to show you the kind of the cool label right there. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's kind of got the guy on the little unicycle there. It looks like a little gnome. And he's riding around the Belgian countryside there, in a Chouf, Belgium. And I'm probably totally mispronouncing that name. I'm the ugly American that is mispronouncing the Belgian town name right there. But yeah, it's 8% alcohol by volume, so it's got a little bit of a kick, got a little bit of a Christmas crazy kick. For I'm calling it a Christmas beer because when I drink it, I think of warm memories of Christmas. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Okay, but never mind. What? I don't know where I was going with that. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna stop. But hey, you know what? Hey, how about I drink some of this beer? You're probably like, yeah, I'd rather see you drink the beer than hear your voice again, your singing voice again. Here we go. Oh yes, that's fantastic stuff. So yeah, let me hold that back up there again. So yeah, get yourself some Le Chouf right there with the gnome on the unicycle out there, okay? Or on the label, I should say. So all right, so that has been brew review time. All right, so let's talk some more If, why don't you? Okay, and if you couldn't tell from that brew review time, while you're watching this, you should really be chugging down a brew or a cocktail, or getting a little imbibement going on right there, because it is almost the weekend here. Okay, so it's almost time to kick back, and if you're in America, it's going to be a long Memorial Day weekend for everybody. Okay, so you got to love that, right? But I've got more thoughts, that's for sure. So I mean, for my next point about If, okay. Who the hell am I kidding right here? I mean, I think we're all really looking forward to Ryan Reynolds' next movie, okay, as opposed to If. All right, so I'm not going to bullshit anybody, and I think pretty much everybody that's watching this live or watching this sometime soon, the recording of it, you're not worried about If, okay? You're not interested in If. What you're interested about is Ryan Reynolds' next movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. Am I right? I mean, come on, let's be honest with each other. Okay, that's the movie that we're all looking forward to, and it comes out on July 26th, and July 26th can't get here fast enough. All right, and I like the trailers. I'm digging the trailers. They're funny. They're making me laugh my ass off, and that's even after the MCU takes over. Okay, so it's not just Deadpool and 20th Century Fox. This is the latest Deadpool movie since the MCU kind of took over everything and whatnot. But I think at least in the trailers, the MCU, they are at least trying to convince us that Deadpool isn't going to have lost any of his edge that we saw in the first two movies, particularly the first movie. Okay, because I think I've got the overall consensus, of the way that most people feel. The first Deadpool was the best Deadpool movie right there. Okay, pardon me. All right, so a little burp for Deadpool. So Deadpool and Wolverine coming out here. Can't wait for that. And it's supposed to have a whole bunch of cameos in it. So, and the latest rumor is that Taylor Swift is going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine there. So if that might drive some people away from it. I mean, it's probably going to drive all the screaming Swifties to the movie theater. So because maybe they're trying to do for Deadpool and Wolverine what Taylor Swift did for the NFL. I mean, I guess you probably got like a bunch of bubble-headed women that have no idea. They can't tell a football from a baseball, that decided to watch the NFL because Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce. So they're trying to maybe the MCU is trying to capture that Taylor Swift magic for Deadpool and Wolverine right there. And hey, we got Agent X6 here joining the show right there. Good to see Agent X6, and yes, that is a Christmas beer right there. So yeah, it's the beer that I believe Santa Claus would be drinking. Okay, so and I was about to say maybe hopefully he's not drinking it while he's delivering presents in his sleigh, but the reindeer do all the driving, so I guess he could just get properly sloshed all he wants while delivering the presents right there, drinking some La Chouffe beer right there. And Agent X6 is toasting me and toasting everybody else watching the show right here. So grab them if you got them, and let's get a little tug off these, right? So here's Agent X6 joining the show and everybody else watching this. Oh yeah, but yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, it's great to see Hugh Jackman coming back to play Wolverine. I mean, come on, did anybody really think that he wasn't coming back to play Wolverine at some point? He was always going to come back at some point there. And I did like that promotional video they did. I think it came out like a year ago or something like that, where Ryan Reynolds is sitting on the couch and Hugh Jackman's like climbing up the stairs, and Ryan Reynolds is like, "Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine again?" "Sure, mate. I'll go and do that," or something, whatever he said, right? He just agreed to it. And of course, the world, let out a collective cheer, that Hugh Jackman was coming out to play Wolverine. And of course, hey, as you see here in this picture, they got Wolverine finally in his proper blue and yellow Wolverine suit right there. Now we got to have him. He's got to have the mask, right? You got to have that on there to complete the look of the Wolverine that I'm used to seeing from my lunchbox when I was a kid. Okay, so I remember, going to elementary school. I had my Marvel lunchbox there. Remember lunchboxes, everybody? You had the little metal lunchboxes, and it's like everyone, when you're a little kid, you're like, who's got the coolest lunchbox? I've got the coolest lunchbox. Like, I got the Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox. Oh, yeah? Well, I got the Marvel lunchbox. Okay, I've got the Avengers, and I got the X-Men and all that stuff on mine. And, yeah, I had, X-Men and, a bunch of other Marvel comic book heroes on my lunchbox. And Wolverine was one of them, okay, along with, the Hulk and a bunch of others, Iron Man, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, cool to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. And then it looks like, they're going to have some other people. I mean, they're probably going to have what's her name? So like Necrosonic Teenage Warhead or whatever the hell her name is. And then probably Colossus is going to be in it again. But like I said before, they're going to have a shitload of cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine. You hear rumors about like Tom Cruise is going to be in it playing Iron Man, and so I mean all kinds of cameos. So yeah, it'll be really, really cool, and it comes out on July 26th and whatnot. And Deadpool and Wolverine, and again, that's really the Ryan Reynolds movie we're all looking forward to. Not If. Come on, yeah. So. I was gonna say, no disrespect to If, but no, I mean total disrespect to the movie If. Okay, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. This is a little inside baseball, a little news about how the sausage is made. But as you might imagine here, you know what? I don't get excited about every movie that I review. Okay, so I mean, there's some weeks where it's kind of hard to get excited about the movie I'm reviewing. It's kind of hard to get up for the movie that I'm reviewing. And so this is one of those weeks where I'm like, If okay, I'll review it. I probably got viewers with kids, and they want to know whether or not this movie is worth throwing the urchins in the old minivan and peeling rubber out of the driveway to go to the movie to go see, pardon me, go see If, with the urchins, and, paying the $15, go see the movie, each person, that kind of thing. Is it worth doing that? So I thought, as a public service, even though I wasn't excited at all about If, I'll review If and let people know whether or not it's worth going. And as you saw with my spoiler-free review back, on Sunday afternoon, yeah, it's not worth your time. Okay, so specifically, if you don't have like one of the movie chains unlimited movie watching programs, where if you go and you got like 5 kids and your wife and whatnot, you got to pay $15 per kid and your wife, or well, kids are probably a little cheaper, but it still adds up, right? And then are your urchins going to be satisfied with just going to movies? No, hell no. Like me, Dad, I want Snickers bar. Dad, I want popcorn. Dad, I want a Pepsi. And so you're just going to spend a shitload of money. So I just wanted to help my audience out, let them know, hey, whether or not it's worth going through all that hell for If, and it is not worth going at. You can wait for it to come out on streaming, okay, or whatever, okay, but yeah, don't go see this at the theater right there. So, but so that's the only reason I did this review. It wasn't because I was excited about If, okay, not at all. Hey, we got the Gray Man here on the pilled side here in the live chat, and he's a howdy. He's got a sticker with Clint Eastwood as the man with no name here. I believe it's the man with no name, or it could be one of Clint's other westerns like High Plains Drifter or something like that, or Hang 'em High. But I'm gonna try to do Clint Eastwood with his voice when he was playing the cowboy. Howdy. Yeah. Clint Eastwood, a legend, one of my all-time favorite actors. I hate it. Okay, so you got me, the Gray Man, you got me started on Clint Eastwood, so now you're gonna regret it. So I mean, you know how you get on X and you see things trending on X, and I hate it like when I get on X and you see like Clint Eastwood trending, and every single I see Clint Eastwood trending, I keep thinking, oh my God, it's today the day he died. Oh God. Because I mean, when Clint Eastwood dies, that's when I'm gonna really feel old. Okay. Right there. I mean, because I mean, I'm a child of the 70s and the 80s, and so I grew up on Clint Eastwood, movies. I think I saw him, in Every Which Way, Every Which Way But Loose, Any Which Way You Can, and Bronco Billy, and The Gauntlet, and Dirty Harry, and Magnum Force, and Sudden Impact, and all those movies, City Heat, those old school, relatively old school, Clint Eastwood movies. Now, I didn't see Clint Eastwood in the spaghetti westerns until I was in my 20s. Okay, so I didn't see A Fistful of Dollars or A Few Dollars More, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I didn't see those until I was like in my mid 20s. Okay, but when I was a kid, yeah, that's when I was seeing Bronco Billy and Honky Tonk Man and all that stuff. So and just classic Clint Eastwood movies. I really love like the Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. With Clyde the orangutan and all that stuff. And so I grew up with Clint Eastwood. So on that regretful day when Clint Eastwood is trending on X and it's because he died, that's going to be a day right there. And we got Agent X6 joining us here on the Pilled side there as well with Ric Flair, Nature Boy Ric Flair with woo! Yeah. Nature Boy Ric Flair. You know what that brings to mind? It brings to mind that movie, The Iron Claw, which is a great movie. You should see The Iron Claw. Now, you're probably not going to want to watch it multiple times. You're going to watch it once. It'll be depressed. But the Ric Flair sticker reminded me of The Iron Claw because there is an actor trying to play Ric Flair in The Iron Claw, and he just sucks. They couldn't have picked the worst actor to portray the Nature Boy in The Iron Claw. Okay, so that's about the only bad thing about that movie. Okay, but yeah, should have just got Nature Boy. Should have just got Ric Flair. I mean, come on, they could like de-age him. We can do if they could de-age Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia. All right, they could de-age Ric Flair. Get him on there. Woo! Okay, on the Iron Claw. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Yeah, no wheeling, dealing. I'm not going to go on that whole limousine riding. Ric Flair. I love it. All right, so let's do this. Where were we? Okay, hey, I know where we're at. Where we're at is where I need to let you guys know about a great sponsor that we have. Okay, they're helping us out. They're supporting us, and it's a fantastic product that you should get. But don't take it from me. Hear it from them.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right, so yes, get yourself some Flip City. And as you saw that there in that graphic, if you put in promo code MOVIES, you are going to get up to 10% off your order. They're on the best non-woke comic around. And so we're making it easy on you by putting the link to Flip City down in the description. So right down there in the description. So just click in there and get yourself some Flip City magazine. The reason you want to get it is because you want something to, if you got a bad day going on, you want something to brighten your bad day by, giving you something piss your pants funny. All right. Pardon me. Get yourself some Flip City magazine right there. I mean, I know I've got some right here, Flip City magazine. And it's just so cool to just have a magazine just kind of flip through and whatnot. You got some sports infiltrated there on the back right there. Look at that artwork. Just good to have like just something tangible in your hands to read there. And it's non-woke. Okay. So Mad Magazine, Cracked, those are the magazines from, yesteryear that was supposed to crack you up. And they did back in the day. Back in the day, they did crack you up until they allowed themselves to get sucked up into the woke Borg, right? Okay. And but Flip City, they have not been assimilated in a woke Borg whatsoever. Okay. So they're not going to try to trans your kids. Okay. They're not going to try to convince you it's okay for a dude to walk into the women's locker room with his dick and balls hanging out. And none of that crazy liberal woke shit in Flip City magazine. All right. So just pure, unadulterated, chock full of unadulterated wall-to-wall comedy right there. Okay. So apparently I'm drooling so much over it because it's so funny. All right. So that's Flip City. All right. Get down there and click on that Flip City link down in the description. Put in promo code movies and get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around, or best non-woke magazine around. It's got comics in it. So, but yeah, check it out. All right. And Agent X6 over there in the pill side. You can do it. Yes, Rob Schneider. Yeah, Rob Schneider is Rob Schneider. Speaking of non-woke, he's a great non-woke comedian there. Matter of fact, actually, I think a lot of comedians are coming out proclaiming themselves as non-woke right now, which is refreshing. Okay, which is refreshing. You've got your Joe Rogans and your Shane Gillis's, and I think like Sebastian Maniscalco and all those. A bunch of them that are coming out, and they have no time whatsoever for woke. Okay, so Joe Rogan kind of reminds me. It's just total side note, but it's like it reminds me. I got to get down to Austin to go check out his Comedy Starship comedy club down there that Joe Rogan has down there. I'm sure the tickets are good and cheap. Yeah. All right. So that's Flip City Magazine. Get yourself some Flip City Magazine. Why don't you? Okay. All right. So I think right now what time it is my overall favorite segment of every Movies Merica spoiler warning episode. And that, of course, is, if you've watched any episodes before, is the movie military moment segment. Okay. And what that is it's my opportunity that I give myself to pay homage to a serviceman or woman that has been awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. And so you may be asking yourself, rightfully, hey, what does the military and movies have to do with each other? Well, I'll tell you. Okay, I will explain the connection. So the connection is, as you would imagine, if you are awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, whatever you did, maybe multiple things, but whatever you did, it must be something that is just something to behold. Okay, like just an amazing moment that if you saw it played out at a big movie screen in front of you, particularly like an IMAX screen or something like that, your eyes would be bugging out of your head. You'd be like, oh my God, what am I seeing? Holy wow, did he just attack that pillbox with a grenade? And oh my God, he blew himself up in all those Japs in there. Oh my God. It would be an amazing movie military moment. That's the connection, everybody. Okay. And that's what that's what the movie military moment is. It's just my humble attempt at paying tribute to someone that has been awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. Okay. And so the recipient or the honoree for tonight is one Staff Sergeant Roy Perez Benavides. Okay. And Staff Sergeant Benavides, his story was actually recommended to me by the guests, or one of the guests that I had on last week. Okay, remember I had the No Prisoners podcast posse on the show as my special guest last week, and 451 actually, or 451 actually, 451 actual. He recommended. He was telling the story about Staff Sergeant Roy Perez Benavidez, and I was like, I told 451 actual then, I was like, hey, I'm going to dedicate a movie military moment to Staff Sergeant Benavidez. And I am, if anything, a man of my word. Okay, so yes, going to do a movie military moment about Staff Sergeant Benavidez, and I believe Staff Sergeant Benavidez deserves his own badass music. Am I right, or am I right? Okay, so, and yeah, we're going to get him some music now. Not before I get a little tug out this, because I'm going to read his citation, what he did to be awarded, and it's a long one. It's a doozy, so I need to hydrate real quick here. So bear with me just a moment. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hopefully, like, my slurping noises aren't too gross. All right, so let's get on with the movie military moment. This is the movie military moment. And for this movie military moment, the honoree is one Staff Sergeant Roy Perez Benavidez that fought for our freedom in the Vietnam War. And let's find out more about what Staff Sergeant Benavidez did to be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. Master Sergeant, then Staff Sergeant Roy P. Benavidez, United States Army, who distinguished himself by a series of daring and extremely valorous actions on 2 May 1968 while assigned to Detachment B-56, 5th Special Forces Group Airborne, 1st Special Forces, Republic of Vietnam. On the morning of 2 May 1968, a 12-man Special Forces reconnaissance team was inserted by helicopters in a dense jungle area west of Loc Ninh, Vietnam, to gather intelligence information about confirmed large-scale enemy activity. This area was controlled and routinely patrolled by the North Vietnamese Army, or the NVA. After a short-term period of time on the ground, the team met heavy enemy resistance and requested emergency extraction. 3 helicopters attempted extraction but were unable to land due to intense enemy small arms and anti-aircraft fire. Sergeant Benavidez was at the forward operating base in Loc Ninh, monitoring the operation by radio when these helicopters returned to offload wounded crew members and to assess aircraft damage. Sergeant Benavidez voluntarily boarded a returning aircraft to assist in another extraction attempt. Realizing that all the team members were either dead or wounded and unable to move to the pickup zone, he directed the aircraft to a nearby clearing while he jumped from the hovering helicopter and ran approximately 75 meters under withering small arms fire to the crippled team. Prior to reaching the team's position, he was wounded in his right leg, face, and head. Despite those painful injuries, he took charge, repositioning the team members and directing their fire to facilitate the landing of the extraction aircraft and the loading of the wounded and dead team members. He then threw smoke canisters to direct the aircraft to the team's position. Despite his severe wounds and under intense enemy fire, he carried and dragged half of the wounded team members to the awaiting aircraft. He then provided protective fire by running alongside the aircraft as it moved to pick up the remaining team members. As the enemy's fire intensified, he hurried to recover the body and classified documents of the dead team leader. When he reached the leader's body, Sergeant Benavidez was severely wounded by small arms fire in the abdomen and grenade fragments in his back. At nearly the same moment, the aircraft pilot was mortally wounded and his helicopter crashed. Although in extremely critical condition due to his multiple wounds, Sergeant Benavidez secured the classified documents and made his way back to the wreckage, where he aided the wounded out of the overturned aircraft and gathered the stunned survivors into a defensive perimeter. Under increasing enemy automatic weapons and grenade fire, he moved around the perimeter, distributing water and ammunition to his weary men. reinstilling them a will to live and fight. Facing the buildup of enemy opposition with a beleaguered team, Sergeant Benavidez mustered his strength, began calling in tactical airstrikes, and directed the fire from supporting gunships to suppress the enemy's fire, and so permitted another extraction attempt. He was wounded again in his thigh by small arms fire while administering first aid to a wounded team member just before extraction helicopter was able to land. His indomitable spirit kept him going as he began to ferry his comrades to the craft. On his second trip with the wounded, he was clubbed from additional wounds to his head and arms before killing his adversary. He then continued under devastating fire to carry the wounded to the helicopter. Upon reaching the aircraft, he spotted and killed 2 enemy soldiers who were rushing the craft from an angle that prevented the aircraft door gunner from firing upon them. With little strength remaining, he made one last trip to the perimeter to ensure that all classified material had been collected or destroyed and to bring in the remaining wounded. Only then, in extreme serious condition from numerous wounds and loss of blood, did he allow himself to be pulled into the extraction aircraft. Sergeant Benavidez' gallant choice to join voluntarily his comrades who were in critical straits, to expose himself constantly to withering enemy fire, and his refusal to be stopped despite numerous severe wounds, saved the lives of at least 8 men. His fearless personal leadership, tenacious devotion to duty, and extremely valorous actions in the face of overwhelming odds were in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflect the utmost credit on him and the United States Army. And we salute you, Staff Sergeant Roy P. Benavidez, for what you did in battle in Vietnam. You are one bad mofo, okay? Oh, man, it just makes you beg the question, what did you do today, okay? I bet you didn't do what Staff Sergeant Benavidez did. And that has been our movie military moments. Yeah. I don't know. If you're not pumped up after that, man, I don't know what. You don't have a pulse if you're not pumped up after hearing that right there. So about Staff Sergeant Roy Perez Benavidez. Okay, so and that was a long citation, but it was my honor to read it right there. Man, it's just all that stuff he did while he was severely wounded, just getting shot up, getting clubbed to the head, carrying people to the chopper. Get to the chopper. But yeah, fantastic there. So, and you know what? You can read up on these Medal of Honor citations as well. You don't have to wait for me to do my movie military moment. You can go to www.cmohs.org and check out the citations for all the Congressional Medal of Honor winners. Again, that's cmohs.org. Check that out. And then also, as I always mention, if you happen to know the family of Staff Sergeant Benavidez, let them know about this movie military moment. I think that they would be touched. They would be honored to know that, hey, there's another honoring of their loved one, because I'm sure mine's not the only one, as I would hope there. But yeah, let them know about that. That's just fantastic. I love doing the movie military moments. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna move on here and check out the old super chats here. See what we got right there. Here, I just want to make sure we don't leave anybody out. And what do we got here? Hey, we got Agent X6 here on the Rumble side, and says comedians should be able to make fun of anyone, regardless if people have a female penis or not. Yes, exactly correct. And we saw no better example of that than in the Tom Brady roast recently. That was, if you guys haven't seen the Tom Brady roast on Netflix, check it out. Now, of course, in true Weasley Netflix fashion, they edited out some stuff there, but yeah, it's just fantastic. Check out the stuff like that right there. And Agent X6 is I forgot. Yeah, StreamYard. He's got a bunch of flag emojis going on there, but StreamYard doesn't play very well with emojis right there. So But yeah, excellent contributions to the cause, Agent X6 right there. So, and let's check out the chat there on Pilled. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out there. So yeah, there we go. All right. So just let me take a quick second here real quick, and I promise I won't take very long. But just to remind you that, hey, if you happen to be appreciating what I'm doing here, giving you or, warning you of bad movies or turning you on to good movies through my Movies Merica shows, and you appreciate it enough to throw, a buck or two my way, then you can most certainly do that. Now, if you're checking me out on Pilled, you can give me what's called gold pills, and gold pills on Pilled equate to moolah, to money, to dinero. And so yeah, you can give me just like click on the gold pill button there in Pilled, and you can donate a certain number of gold pills to yours truly here. If you're checking me out on Rumble, you can give me what's called a Rumble rant, and the way those work is you just have to click on the button that has a $ down by where you type in your live chat message, and then you'll see something asking you how much you want to donate. So you can do the Rumble rant right there. And lastly, on YouTube, you can do what's called a super chat. And the way you do that is down by where you type in your live chat message. Are you detecting a pattern here? You just click on the button that has a dollar bill sign on it, and you can choose, how much you want to donate to this guy right here. There we go. Let me get my thumb in the right place. There's nobody behind me. At least I don't think. Oh my God. No. So yeah, that's how you can donate a little money my way to show any appreciation that you may feel for me. Also, warning you whether or not movies are woke. Okay, so if you check out my spoiler-free reviews that come on Sunday afternoons live on Rumble and Pilled and YouTube, I have a segment called "Is This a Woke After School Special?" And I warn people whether or not a movie is woke. Okay. And so if you appreciate stuff like that, then yeah, you can donate some money the ways that I just went over. Okay. And is the movie If woke? No, not really. Not at all whatsoever. So that's the one button, or that's the one feather in its cap, is that it's not woke whatsoever. All right. So also a little while ago, relatively recently, we did do our Bannies award show, okay, for the Till Death Podcast Network. And you may be asking yourself, what are the Bannies? Well, the Emmys, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, okay, the award shows, that kind of thing. Well, we have our own award show, and we call them the Bannies. And it's all about people that have been, banned for doing bad things. We have categories like the most banned sports personality, the most banned media personality, so on and so forth. That's a couple of our categories that we have. And so again, that's our Bannies Award show. And you can click on the Bannies link down in the description. We have the link down in the description to watch the Bannies. But yeah, just to kind of give you a little taste as far as what we have in the Bannies, okay? Because when you're watching the Emmys or the Tony Awards, what do they have in them? They have commercials, right? They have commercials, movie trailers, that kind of thing, Well, so do the Bannies, okay? And so I just want to show you one of the movie trailers that we had playing during the Bannies, just to give you a little taste as far as the kind of stuff that you can check out if you watch the Bannies. So it's a little taste here. So here we go.
In 2023, he got too high on his own supply. Now he's got to sell, not snort, to be able to feed his 17 cubs. He needs to move weight quickly, and he knows just the customer. A customer who loves to sniff everything in his path. A customer that has taxpayer money to burn on mass quantities of booger sugar. And a son who will also be a loyal customer. This customer has a name, and his name is Joe Blow. Where's the thing? El Presidente? I never touched her. No, Mr. President. I've got those snow globes you ordered. Oh, Bo's gonna love those.
All right, so there you go. That's just a little taste right there. So I'm not going to show you the whole thing. If you want to see the whole thing, you got to check out the Bannies link in the description. Check out the Bannies link, and yeah, you're going to get all kinds of great stuff like that and more. Okay, and you're going to see me and Sean and Ian, and we have a bunch of special guests on there. Maybe you've heard of Chad Prather from the Blaze. Okay, check him. You can check him out there. He's on one of our special guests. We've got all kinds of other special guests. We got the No Prisoners podcast folks on there as well. And yeah, so check that out. The Bannies link is in the description down below. Yes. And Agent X6 is excited. The Bannies. Yes, the Bannies right there. They're there for you. Okay, so check it out. All right. So, and then just to let you guys know, the movie that I will be going over next week is Furiosa. Yes, Furiosa will be the movie that I will be spoiler-free reviewing this Sunday afternoon. Okay, so now just to let you know, there will not be a Movies Merica spoiler warning show next Thursday night. Okay, so I will not be doing a spoilery discussion about Furiosa next Thursday. Okay, but I will have my spoiler-free review of it coming out this Sunday afternoon, and you can check it out live. I do my live Movies Merica live show on Sunday afternoons at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, and 1 Pacific. Okay, and so I'll give you the straight skinny on Furiosa, a Mad Max saga or Mad Max tale or whatever the hell they call it. I just know it's about Furiosa and not Mad Max. Okay, and so it's just supposed to be a part of like the Mad Max cinematic universe or something like that. So, but it's got Anya Taylor-Joy in it and Chris Hemsworth. You know him better as Thor. Okay, and so yeah, the Furiosa spoiler-free review this Sunday. So check it out. So tell your friends to check it out. Check me out on YouTube and Rumble and Pilled this Sunday live again at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific there. All right, so do it. All right, so and let's check out here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody there. I think we're good to go there. All right, so we're getting ready to wrap up this episode right here because, yeah, like I said, I'm shortening up the show tonight just because, yeah, I'm feeling a little under the weather. I know I sound like a little bitch over here complaining. You're like, hey, it's not like you're working a coal mine there, Van. Come on, you're just doing movie discussions and that kind of thing. So, but all right, so let me tell you about a few places you should check out. And the first one is www.moviesmerica.com. Okay. Now, the reason that you would go there is if you want to check out the audio only versions of my spoiler free reviews that I do on Sunday afternoons that I was just telling you about, you can check those out at moviesmerica.com. Or you can check out the audio only versions in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, so on and so forth. Okay. And if you're checking those out like an Apple Podcast or Google Podcast, yeah, feel free to give me a 5-star rating, okay, there. And then also follow the Movies Merica podcast out there. I believe there's like a follow option out there on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So follow that. But really what you should be doing is instead of just listening to my spoiler-free reviews, you should watch them, okay? You should watch them. And those are out there on YouTube and X and Rumble and Pilled and whatnot. So you can check those out there. So you really shouldn't have to go to moviesmerica.com. Okay. Okay. All right. Next is I am on X and I'm on Instagram and I'm on Gab. I'm also on Pilled. I'm on Rumble. All underneath the handle of Movies Merica. Okay. And yeah, if you go ahead and follow me or subscribe to me on all those platforms right there. And then, hey, if you DM me on X and let me know, hey, I followed you under Movies Merica on Rumble or Pilled or X. Let me know, and then I will follow you back. Okay, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna scratch my back, obviously, by following me. I'm gonna scratch your back. Okay, and that sounded kind of creepy. So I'm gonna rewind and forget I even said that. Okay, so but yeah, just let me know if you followed me and I'll follow you back there. Check that out right there. And then also tdpn.locals.com. Again, that's our Till Death Podcast Network website with all our fantastic content to check out. And then we also have our Till Death Podcast Network merch store, which of course contains all kinds of Movies Merica merch. You get yourself like a Movies Merica shot glass, Movies Merica phone case, Movies Merica t-shirt, Movies Merica, radiators. Okay, maybe not those. Okay, but all kinds of cool Movies Merica shit. Okay, and all you gotta do is click on the merch store link down in the description. Okay, we're making it very easy on you. Just click on that merch store link in the description and get yourself some Movies Merica merch. Okay, so check it out, hook yourself up. Or hey, you know what? I was about to say Christmas is just around the corner, but not really. Okay, so hey, maybe you're weird. You like to give people gifts. Hey, we got Father's Day. We got Father's Day coming up here. And hey, what says "I love you, Dad" better than Movies Merica merch? Am I right? I mean, just can you picture the tears coming out of your father's eyes when you give him a Movies Merica t-shirt? I mean, just it's going to be very, very emotional. Kind of like that, that scene at the end of Field of Dreams. Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch? Your dad's going to get all emotional when you unveil that Movies Merica t-shirt right there for him. Okay, so so get there. And then also it's available for Christmas gifts. And hey, if you're weird and you give people Christmas gifts or give people gifts for the 4th of July, you can do it for that too. Okay. All right, so that's our merch store. Check that out down below. Okay. And then also we have the @TillDeath. Let me start that again. @TillDeath Network, solo.to/TillDeath Pod Network. And that's where you go as your one-stop shop for all links that have to do with anything Till Death Podcast Network related, like Movies Merica. Okay, so if you go there, probably a pretty easy way to get to find the links for the latest Movies Merica episodes, or the links to older Movies Merica, the existing Movies Merica episodes that are out there, because I have quite the library of Movies Merica episodes. I mean, you'll see that if you go to Movies Merica on any of those platforms via, going to @TillDeath Network, solo.to/TillDeath Pod Network, or just looking up Movies Merica on X or Rumble or Pilled or YouTube. Okay, so you'll see I have quite the library of reviews out there. Okay, and episodes of Movies Merica, spoiler warning, that you're watching right now. Okay, so all right, moving on, we have solo.to/TillDeath Studios, and that's where you would want to go if you are in the content creation game. If you make videos like I do right here, and you want to spruce up your presentation by having cool shit like those intros that you saw at the beginning of the show, or cool backgrounds, like this right here. We got Movies Merica, the background behind there, or like the overlay up at the very top where it says tdpn.locals.com, Movies Merica. Cool stuff like that, okay? If you want stuff like that to kind of give your show some flair, then go to solo.to/TillDeath Studios, and my man Ian is going to hook you up with his skills that pay the bills, okay? So let his talents work for you in your show, but you got to take the first step and go to solo.to/TillDeath Studios. Okay, and then moving on, we have solo.to/I'm Sean Cav, and that's a place to go for all the links to anything that has to do with Sean, who is one of the other titans of the Till Death Podcast Network. You probably check out his show called Sipping with Sean. That comes out every other Friday afternoon. And he does assorted other presentations. He does like spaces on X occasionally and other things like that. And if you don't want to have to like hunt and peck all over, the worldwide interweb for ways to check out all the stuff that Sean does, well, just go to solo.to/I'm Sean Cav. And it's got all the links to everything he does all in like one location. You just got to go there. So yeah, just save it as a favorite, just like all the other websites that I've already gone through, and this websites I'm about to go through, just save them as favorites in your browser, okay? And you just make life easy on yourself, all right? And then next we have solo.to/The Whiskey Capitalist, and that's the one-stop shop for all the links that have to do with that crazy, wacky show called the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast that comes out every other scratch it. It comes out every Monday and Wednesday nights, okay? And it comes out every other Tuesday nights as well, okay? But again, solo.to/Whiskey Capitalist. It's a great place to go to get the links or find the links to the latest episodes or links to their past episodes as well. All right, and then last but certainly not least, solo.to/Till Death Podcast, the location for all the links to have to do with the flagship show on the Till Death Podcast Network, the show that started it all, and that is a show with my man Ian and his lovely bride Jen, giving you the latest news and funnies, all marinated in their marital mirth. Okay, they're giving it to you from their husband and wife perspective. Okay, so if you want your latest news stories and funnies, all soaked in marital bliss, which sounds really gross now that I've said that. Just watch the Till Death Podcast, okay? And that comes out every other Saturday afternoon. And going to solo.to/Till Death Podcast and saving it as a favorite is a good way to have a one-stop location to click on the link or to find the links to their latest episodes or past episodes of the Till Death Podcast Network or the Till Death Podcast show, I should say, right there. All right, so yeah, we're coming down to it, everybody. We're coming down to the end of the show here, but I am not going to leave my friends here on Pilled in the live chat there. I'm not going to leave them empty-handed, okay? So I am going to reward them for being in the live chat on Pilled by doing what we call releasing the scratching, okay? Now, remember way back earlier in the episode where I said that in Pilled or on Pilled.net, gold pills equate to like real-world money to scratch, okay? Well, when I release the scratch, and it's going to unleash a bunch of gold pills. Okay, so it's just going to rain gold pills down on them like this. Okay, like manna from heaven. Okay, so it's going to be like it's going to be like the Eurythmics. Here comes the rain again, right? So, but it's going to be raining gold pills once I release the scratching. All right, so and I am going to be releasing the scratching here in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it's been released. Oh, yes. Gobble up them gold pills. Gobble them up there, my friends on Pilled in the live chat. Get some. Woo! Yes. Since we were talking about Ric Flair earlier on the show right there. So releasing the scratching. Do it. All right. So, hey, everybody, I want to thank everybody for checking out this show either live or later on. Now, if you're watching this live or recorded, just feel free to just send the link to anybody that you even remotely would suspect would want to check out this episode, or any episode. Okay, so just send them the link to Movies Merica. This episode, this is like probably a good way to let them know, hey, there's this guy named Movies Merica, and he likes to let people know whether movies are woke, and also likes to let them know whether movies suck or if they're great, okay? And he does it in an in-depth way, more in-depth than most other movie review shows, because there's obviously, yes, I'll admit it. I mean, I'm not going to kid you. There's a million movie review shows out there, right? But this is the only show with the movie military moment where I honor veterans that have won the Congressional Medal of Honor. And I guarantee I'm the only movie review show with the brew review time, where I review a beer, a tasty, tasty beer. Okay, so, and I'm sure there's other very unique, strange, weird, bizarre things about my show that you will not see anywhere else. So another reason to let everybody know about my Movies Merica show right there, everybody. Okay, so but follow me on X, follow me on Gab, follow me on Rumble, follow me on Pilled. Okay, just find me under Movies Merica. Very simple, very easy, and I will follow you back if you let me know that you followed me. All right, so all right, everybody. So with that, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya. hey, you know what? The night is still so young. You know, you didn't get that babysitter for nothing. Come on. It's like only like whatever o'clock, okay? Stay here. And hey, while you're here, subscribe to this channel and like the video if you would, all right? It'd be great, okay? Absolutely. So, and if you do, drinks are on me, all right? Hey, you know what? And while I'm in the asking mood, feel free to watch these videos over here and like them, all right? So, okay, let's do it. Yeah, party time. See ya.